Hey, my name is Josu and she is
Domi.
Right. And we're going to present how to write a fraction in its simplest form. So, a fraction in its simplest form is when the numerator and denominator, both wholes, are into its least value and can be divided further in.
Okay.
So,
Okay, so first you find a common denominator in the numerator and the denominator, and then you divide them. If it could go lower, then you do it again, and you repeat this consecutively if it's possible, only if it's possible. And a tip is to use the greatest common factor so that you won't have to do it as much times.
and how do you get the greatest common factor? You use the skateboard method. If you don't know it, ask your teacher to show it to you. So, we're going to show an example right here in our boards. So, the first example I'm going to do, here it is. So, you have the fraction 9 out of 45. Oh, not 9, sorry. 15 out of 45. And you want to simplify it to its simplest form. So what do? You have to get the greatest common factor of these two. So use the skateboard method. So here's 15, here's 45. What's divisible by 15? It would be 5. Here the same, it would be 5. You get a 9. Here you get a 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 9 divided by 3 is 3. And you can't go through further. Divided by 3. Circle it. Circle it. That's it. So then you have to connect the same ones. So I have a 5 here and a 3 here. I have another 3, but I can't because I don't have the same amount. So I have 5 and a 3. You're maybe asking, what do you do with them? You still don't have the greatest common factor. Have to multiply. That equals 15. So the greatest common factor of 15 and 45 is 15. Now comes the hard part. You have to divide it by the fraction. So 15 out of 45, you divide 15 by 15, 45 by 15. 15 divided by 15, tricky, is 1. So 40 and 45 divided by 15 is 3. Now put these together as a fraction and you get 1 out of 3. So the conclusion that you get is 15 out of 45 to its simplest form is 1 out of 3. That's the first example. Now Dominique is going to continue to the second one.
So for 8 out of 24, you would divide this by 8 because 8, like as I said before, the greatest common factor would be, out of both of these would be 8, because 8 could go into 8, which would be 1, and 8 could go into 24, which would be 3. So then your fraction would be 1/3, and right here. And if it can't be divided anymore, then that would be the simplest form, because you can't divide 1 and you can't divide 3. They're both prime numbers, so that's your least common. That's your least value.
So that's your simplest form, right?
Yeah, this would be your simplest form.
Okay, so let me erase this board to have space to do the next one. Sorry for that. Erase. Okay, so now the next example is 12 out of 24. So you want to write it to its simplest form. We'll do the same thing as before. We don't change the method. First, so you have to grab the GCF, the greatest common factor, out of 12 and 24. So you have 12 and 24. 12 can be divided by what? It's the same as 24. That would be 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 24 divided by 2 is 12. 6 divided by 6 is 1. 12 divided by 6. Wait, oh, those are not numbers that you need to divide them by. So you can't do it. to do it. Yeah, you have to use 2 again. So use 2 or 3. So if you get 2, you can divide it further in. You can't. And here, when you divide 12 by 3, it's 4. You still can't go further in. You do 2. You get 2, can't do more. 2, 2, 3. So now you get to connect again. You got a 2 here, 3 here, 2 here. Nothing else. So you have 2 times 3. You ready? 2, 3 times 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 2 equals 12. But still not done. You have 12 of the greatest common factor, as you can see. So you have 12 divided by 12 equals 1. 24 divided by 12 equals 2. So you get 1 out of 2, that is 1/2. So 12 out of 24 to its simplest form is 1/2. And that's about it. We teach you a lesson. If you have any questions, ask your teacher. Bye.
Bye.